Beloved, the beautiful second spiritual gift of utterance is the gift of speaking in different and various tongues. This is a gift that enables you as a believer or a servant of God to speak in languages you have not learned, but you also speak it to communicate to God, to communicate in the Spirit, to divine beings, to pray, to edify yourself, and to edify other believers and other servants of God. Now, Apostle Paul explains to us in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, the verse 2, that anyone who speaks in a different tongue does not speak to people but to God. Indeed, no one understands them, but they utter mysteries by the Spirit. When you speak in various tongues or in different tongues, it is a divine gift that God has given you to be able to edify yourself and edify other believers. Yes, you have to exercise this gift in love and in kindness. And you have to do it in a way that it can be interpreted or understood through the gift of the interpretation of tongues. But when it comes to speaking in different tongues to utter mysteries, like Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, the verse 2, it means that you speak the tongues in different languages to utter the mysteries of God, the secrets of God, to the people of God, to the body of Christ, so that those who have the gift of interpretation of tongues will interpret it to the body of Christ. This is when a person receives the gift and begins to speak in a different tongue, communicating a certain mystery of God, the will of God, to the people of God, to the body of Christ, through the speaking of tongues, different tongues, to be interpreted by another for the body of Christ. And it is very dangerous for any church or any ministry to pretend to understand what the one speaking the tongues said, just so they can enforce their will by drafting a certain meaning that aligns with their will, but is contrary to the true will of God that was being communicated through the speaker of the tongues in that moment. Another side of this utterance gift